Hello there. Today, we're looking at a rather common topic in psychology, addiction. In this case, any kind of addiction. Why do some people say they'll quit tomorrow, but never do? Whether it's one more drink, another hour scrolling online, or just one last bet, addiction is a silent tug-of-war between desire and control. It begins innocently, a little pleasure, a small escape. But before long, that harmless habit turns into a psychological chain. Addiction isn't just about weak willpower. It's about how the brain learns, craves, and rewires itself around what feels good. To understand it, we need to dive into how the mind traps itself in the endless loop of just one more time. Addiction starts when something, a substance, behavior, or experience, triggers the brain's reward system, particularly the release of dopamine, the feel-good chemical. This chemical reinforces behaviors that bring pleasure or relief. Normally, this system helps us survive. It rewards us for eating, connecting, or achieving goals. But when certain experiences cause massive dopamine spikes, like drugs, sex, gambling, or even social media likes, the brain gets hijacked. Over time, the brain adapts to these floods of pleasure. It reduces dopamine sensitivity, meaning the person needs more of the same thing to feel the same level of pleasure. What used to feel good now barely scratches the surface. That's when the cycle tightens its grip. The addict isn't chasing pleasure anymore. They're running from emptiness, boredom, or pain. Addiction wears many faces, but they all share a similar psychological core: dependence, craving, and loss of control. Let's look at some common types. Food addiction. Emotional eaters often turn to food for comfort. Sugary and fatty foods trigger dopamine just like drugs do, making people crave them when stressed, sad, or lonely. Drug addiction. Drugs such as cocaine, heroin, or even prescription painkillers alter the brain's chemistry so deeply that normal life feels unbearable without them. Sex addiction. Often misunderstood, sex addiction isn't just about lust. It's about using sexual experiences to escape emotional pain or seek validation. Internet addiction. The digital age has created a new kind of dependency. Likes, notifications, and endless scrolling feed the brain's reward loop. Many feel anxious or empty without their phones. Gambling addiction. The thrill of risk and reward activates the brain's excitement center, much like a drug high. The unpredictability keeps the addict hooked, always chasing that big win. To someone struggling with addiction, logic often loses the fight against emotion. Their inner voice becomes a battlefield. On one side, they genuinely want to stop. They know it's hurting them. On the other side, the craving whispers that relief is just one more hit, one more scroll, one more risk away. It's not weakness, it's a psychological trap powered by the brain's own wiring. Take Alex, a young adult who finds temporary confidence through sexual encounters. Each experience gives a momentary rush, a sense of validation. But soon after, guilt and emptiness set in. Alex promises to stop but keeps returning to dating apps or pornography when feeling lonely or anxious. It's not about desire, it's about escaping emotional pain. Over time, Alex's brain associates intimacy with relief from discomfort rather than genuine connection, deepening the cycle. Then there's James, who used to bet occasionally on football games with friends. The first win felt incredible. The thrill, the praise, the rush. But when he lost, he chased the win to get even. His brain equated risk with excitement. Soon, the adrenaline became addictive. He began lying to his family about finances, convinced the next win would fix everything. The truth? His brain had learned to crave uncertainty more than money itself. Lastly, Maya, a college student, spends hours scrolling TikTok and Instagram. Every like, comment, or new post gives her a dopamine hit. She plans to take a 5-minute break that turns into hours. When she's offline, she feels anxious, disconnected, even restless. The constant comparison to others worsens her self-esteem, trapping her in a cycle of seeking validation through screens. Her brain has learned to associate her sense of worth with digital attention. So, which psychological strategies can one use to fight addiction? Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, helps people recognize distorted thinking patterns, like, I can't be happy without this. and replace them with healthier beliefs. It builds awareness of triggers and introduces practical coping strategies. Mindfulness and self-awareness. Mindfulness teaches individuals to observe cravings without reacting to them. When one learns to sit with discomfort instead of escaping it, the craving loses its power. Meditation, journaling, and breathing exercises are key tools here. Building healthy alternatives. Replace the addictive behavior with meaningful activities. Exercise, creative projects, or volunteering provide natural dopamine boosts. The goal isn't just quitting, it's rewiring the brain to find joy elsewhere. Social support and accountability. Isolation feeds addiction, while connection heals it. Support groups, therapy, or confiding in a trusted friend can reduce shame and offer motivation. Sometimes, knowing someone believes in you is enough to keep you grounded. Addiction is not a moral failure, it's a psychological struggle between craving and control. Understanding it means recognizing that behind every habit lies a human story, a search for comfort, meaning, or relief. The good news? The brain that got wired into addiction can be rewired toward recovery. Through self-awareness, therapy, and compassion, people can unlearn dependency and rediscover balance. The first step isn't quitting, it's understanding why you started. Because once you do, healing stops feeling impossible and starts feeling personal. If you've enjoyed this video, kindly like, share, and subscribe for more.